Good afternoon, everybody. I'm just holding this here because it seems to focus the camera a bit better. There we go. I'll wait for you to all get logged in. That seems to be a lovely, sharp picture. Finally. I'll let you all get logged in before we start having fun. Oh, right. Can I see the comments today? Yes, I can. Oh, that's good. Hi, Andrea. Hi, Grace. I'll let you all get logged in first. Hi, Annette. I'll get a drink of coffee while I'm waiting. I'm doped up on painkillers. So most of what I say probably won't make sense today, but that's nothing new, is it? That's better. I hope I didn't slurp in your ear then. Hi, Judy. Hi, Gloria. Hi, Jan. Hi, Benita. Oh, I still feel a bit... My arm is killing me. Hi, Julie. Hi, Sue. Oh, hi, Bob. Hi, Elaine. Hi, Rachel. Hi, Rose. Feeling better after your jab? I'm not. This is now... So I had the jab Tuesday night. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. This is my 4th day. And I do feel marginally better today. It does get better day by day. But my arm is absolutely killing me, which is bizarre. Hi, Bianca. Hi, Tracy. Hi, Anne. Right, hi, Linda. Hi to anybody at Jackie. Right, so let's get started. Well, I'll wait a minute. So yeah, so I went for my jab Tuesday night, absolutely fine. Wednesday morning, and then as the day progressed on Wednesday, I just felt worse and worse and worse to the point where I was actually physically shaking, shivering and shaking. I had to go to bed at 6 o'clock on Wednesday afternoon, which is just not like me. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's my immune system doing its job, so hopefully. Hi Valerie, hi Julie, hi David. So hopefully this is me over the worst of it. The worst part for me is that do you know what? The nurse warned me. She says you might get a headache, which I get anyway, as you know. So touch wood, I've had no headaches, but I've just been proper pain in my arm and trying to watch on the laptop, which is so slow. Oh god, I've not got my second one for ages yet. Can only stay for 30 minutes. Well, I'll try and get the important stuff done in the first 30. Well, I won't. You know I won't. Right, so I thought we'd have a change today. And I thought we'd have a play with the jelly plate. So obviously I've been having a play here, and this is what we're going to do today. So I'm not going to make a card today. I was going to do, but because my arm's still not right sharp, I thought I'm not going to do. Let's just focus on some techniques and having a go with the jelly plates. Do you know what? They're so addictive. I'll warn you now, jelly plates are addictive. If you haven't got one yet, you need to treat yourself, because they are just very... Look, I mean, look at that. That is just awesome, and it's so easy to do. Oh, bless you. You're all worried about me. I'll be fine. It's just my immune system letting the vaccine do its job. But I ain't got time to be laying in bed. So I thought we'd have a play with the jelly plates. Now I don't know whether you've all got them or had a go with them or not yet. There are lots and lots of different versions on the market now. So I'm going to go through with you what I do and how it works for me. You know I love texture. You also know I don't particularly like getting very dirty. I mean, look at that. That is just awesome. From just a couple of bits of... Most of that is actually the waste from others that I've done. So I'm going to go through the basics with you, and we'll start from the beginning and work our way up. So the most important thing for me is, yes, you can use acrylic paints on any kind of cardstock, but I found the best results, which is what these are, off when you use the hot press watercolor card. Yeah. Hi Trudy, hi Emma, hi Linda, hi to everybody I've not spoken to, Alice. So I've found I get the best results from the super smooth hot press watercolor card. It is on the website, and I know it's a little bit more expensive than normal cardstock. So if you were using this for the first time, maybe just have a go with some of your cheaper card, shall I say that. You probably won't get the same results, but it'll get you used to how you use the brayer, how you apply the paint and what have you. So recommend the Super Smooth Hot Press Watercolour card. I know it's a little bit creamy, it's not white, but it doesn't matter because you're going to cover most of it up. So that's that. So that's the cardstock covered. You can see I've cut loads. I've cut quite a stack for today because I thought I may as well try and show you lots of different techniques with it. Janice, I hope you're feeling better. Been rubbish, so I've been in bed all morning watching your YouTube. Oh, bless you, darling. But I want to get one on order. Can't wait. They're on the website, so I'm going to go through the jelly plates with you now. So lots of different brands on the market, as you know. I've got about 8, and I'm going to be 100% honest with you. In fact, I'm going to grab my tin. So I've got some Ranger ones. Oh, look, you can see the camera. I've got some Ranger ones that come in a lovely tin. So I had to go with one of those, and I didn't like the results that I got. Not calling Ranger, not calling anybody, but I just didn't like the results that I got. So then I treated myself to the original. So Gelli plates, Gelli are the original people who made the jelly plates. And I always think if somebody's done it first, they've obviously invested time and money in getting the right formula. So I'm going to quickly go through the ones that I use. So you've got lots and lots of different sizes. On the website, on my website, we've got these 3 sizes. So you've got the 8x10, which is huge. So the 8x10 is obviously the most expensive because it's the biggest. However, personally, I think if you're going to be doing all the different paint techniques and everything, I would much rather do it on a bigger piece and be able to chop your A4 piece of card down. So that's the 8x10. You've then got the 7x5, which is the one I'm going to use today. I'm going to use the 7x5 today just because it's easy for me to get it on my mat. So 7x5 is a really good size. And then you've got 6x6. So if you're somebody who likes to do square cards, the 6x6 one is probably the... Yeah, I am greedy, Chrissy. You've never heard of jelly plate? Oh, Rachel, I'm going to warn you, this is addictive. I messaged Karen this morning. Yeah, it's a beautiful, clean new one. You can see which one I've used the most. Can't you? These are new ones. I have actually got another. You know what I'm like. This is what happens when you've got your own craft shop. You can just go and help yourself. So I sent Karen a picture of the ones I've done this morning, and she's like, "Yeah, fab, love them," and it's just so easy to do. Play along. It's been isolated. Oh, brilliant! That's fab, Carol. So we're gonna so the 6x6 one, like I say. So you've got 8x10, which is the one I would use the most. 7x5, which is the one I'm going to use today, and then you've got 6x6, which is good if you just want to make square pieces. So when they're new, like Trudy's just spotted, they're all lovely and clean. I've got to say, it really doesn't affect the performance at all when they start to get grubby. I don't do dirty crafting per se, but I love the fact that we can do all these different techniques. Trudy and Minga. Do you know what? Do you know when I watch Leoda use it? She goes, "Oh, I don't bother cleaning that." I'm like, "No, you've got to clean it. Just clean it after you're finished with it." It is true what Leoda says as well. It's worth, when you've got all your paints and everything out, it's worth just doing a load of background ones like this one. Look, that's actually just one layer. And one of Trudy's stencils on there, so it is worth just doing a batch as you go. So they all come with the protective film on both sides. Now you know me well enough to know that I keep these, and when I've cleaned them and I put them back on the protective sheet. I'm going to do this on the right. Let me just get it in position. I love how they feel. They feel fab. So I'm just going to roll that down. I'm doing it on my non-slip mat, just because rather than my... Oops, wobbling the desk. Sorry, everybody. Now you've got the light shining on there. Let me just move the light. You don't want that in your face. That better? That's better. Yep, so I'm doing it on my non-slip mat. And I'm doing it on the left side just because it means I can mop up my waste paints on there. So they're the 3 different sizes of jelly plates we've got on the website. you're going to be addicted to this. So I'm going to show you what I've got out ready. So I've got Trudy's 3 stencils here. Can't remember what any of them are called, apart from that's one netting, that's our layered scales, and that one's pebbles or something like that. Stencils are amazing with a jelly plate. What do you clean yours with? My wipes, Brenda. Hi Jean. Just my wipes. You can give them a wipe with your baby wipes. You can wash them with warm soapy water and a cloth like Leonie does. No, I'm not a Leonie, Jennifer. Percy's quaking. You're so funny, you lot. Now you see, this is why I make the effort to do a Facebook Live, because you all make me laugh. Hi Judy. So all these stencils and things that we've bought and forgot about, we're going to be using again. You're also going to be using all your background stamps. You can see I've got loads in here. All your stamps you can use with these. We're also, I'm going to try it, we're also going to try stamping on top of acrylic paint with a VersaFine Claire. And I'm just going to show you these of Trudy's because, oh, not them, they were last week. So these textures of Trudy's that she brought out with her summer fashionistas are what I've used to create this texture on here. So the linen, I'll just bring it in so you can see it. Hiya Rose. So the linen there is how I've created that linen effect in that one. I've not used the stripes yet, so I'll use the stripes on this one. And you can see I was a fan of the linen because I've used the linen on there as well. Oh Bev, and you got an iPad, Bev? So that's the linen one on there as well. The scales, which is Trudy's stencil. Yeah, so Trudy's layered scale stencil is what I've used on this one here. Okay, I'm just working my way through. You can see I've used the linen again. This one, I love the colours in this. That is actually just waste from the other one I created. This one here and that one there is obviously using the dots. Yep. And the last one is the linen again. So we're going to have a play today. Let me just pop them out of the way. So we'll start from the scratch, from the basics. Let me just create some space for myself. I've got too much stuff in here. So I'm going to take one of my smaller pieces, which is the one I'm going to use on the plate, and then I'm going to get a bigger piece just to take the excess paint. So right, okay, there are lots and lots of different, no idea why he has his own, which is also that's crazy. Jelly plates are new to me. It'd be great to see how to use it. It's so easy. I'm going to warn you all again, these are so addictive, because you can just lose yourself for a couple of hours creating gorgeous backgrounds. And I know this looks a little bit frivolous, just creating lots of interesting backgrounds, and I've done these in smaller, but you imagine these die cutting your flowers with these, die cutting your butterflies or anything, so you've got instant texture. And I love the fact that it's acrylic paint rather than just pens. Okay, so different kinds of acrylic paints. There are loads and loads and loads on the market. Loads and loads and loads. So obviously I've got all these cosmic shimmer ones. Well, I think I've shown you these before. Now I've had a lot of these for years and years and years. They are on the website, and I did notice that some of mine, I'll try and show you them all, some of mine were a little bit dry. I'm trying to show you all the colours in one go. Ooh, I'll move that one because that's just black. So I've had really good results with these paints. Yeah, so these are the Cosmic Shimmer acrylic paints. You can use your Brushos, you can use your Pixie Powders, you can use absolutely anything, anything on these. I wouldn't put your, you can use your alcohol inks on it, I suppose, but it will stain them, and I don't like dirtiness. So what we'll do is we'll use a couple of bright ones first. So this one is called, oh look, I bet you don't know where I got that from. So it's Samba Pink, and then we'll use that with, I'm going to use this green because I love this green, Citrus Margarita. So let me just show you, look. You get different kinds of finishes with these paints as well, which is something else that I like. Yeah. So I'm going to use those two first, and I'm also going to throw a bit of gesso on it. Hang on, I'm just making some space. Making some space. I've got my kitchen roll and I've got my wipes handy because I don't want to get mess everywhere. So I'm using the indigo blue gesso because, you know, it's one of my favourites. Yeah. Any acrylic paints will work on these. I don't suppose it really matters. I know a lot of people use the pebbier ones that you can just squeeze on. I'm just going to use my spatula. Same difference. So I'm just going to show you the brayers because, as you know, yeah, they do. It's funny you say that, Judy. Let me show you. It's funny you say that, Judy. Indigo Blue do some awesome acrylic paints. I've got just a few. Right, here we go. So brayers, and again, this is one of the reasons. Oh yes, the 6-incher ones out. How do you feel? I still feel not 100%ly. So we've got the 6-incher one here, which I am going to use, and I've also got one of the 4-inch ones. So this 4-inch one, I don't know whether you can see this, but the 4-inch one is one that I've used with gesso, and you can see, look, I've never cleaned it, and I've kept this one for the jelly plate because all these little scratches actually transfer into the paint when you're applying the paints on the jelly plate. So it just gives you another layer of texture. So let's get cracking. I've rattled long enough. I've talked for ages. It's true, Janice, I don't. It's true. Oh, Brenda's got the big one. Right, okay, so here we go. So the difference between obviously the paints that you can just squeeze out and these is that you've just got to, you know, I'm not going to stick my finger in that. I've just got to put my spatula in there. Just remember, no sharp objects on your jelly plate because it will pierce it. That's a bit too much. So this is all about, and I hate saying this because everybody uses this phrase, it's all about the layers, but it's true with this. So we'll just do a basic first and just show you how to apply. Look at that colour. That is just awesome. Oh, good luck, Diane. And I'm going to clean this in between so I don't contaminate my paints. This is just me because I like to be neat. I don't know why I've got my mouse mat. Hang on. Taking valuable desk space up. There you go. And then we'll pop a little bit of green in the middle. So these are two different paints. So one is opaque and one is translucent. So opaque means you get a glassy finish, and the translucent means the paint is thinner. It means you can see less of the colour, which is the green one, which is why I've used a little bit more of that. And now here we go, here we go. I'll do it with the small one first, just so you see what I mean about all these little scratches and dents in here. Oh, you lucky Rose. I thought I'd got away with it. Right, so I'm gonna do the bottom half first. and I can't lift this up to show you, but I will try to. And then I'm going to do the top, and then I'm going to go over it. So what that means now is I've got the pink on both sides of the brayer and on my desk. I don't want a pink desk, thank you very much. Oh, look, that's left a bloody pink mark on my desk, but hey ho. I'll change it round. It's supposed to go all the same direction. And then I'm going to overlap with the green. And this is the part that I love. I love, love, love. So I'm going to take all this excess paint off. I'm going to do it on a smaller one. I'm going to do it on a smaller one. So this has already created a bit of a background for this spare piece. This is an extra one. We'll do a twofer, shall we? So now there's no ink left on there. No ink, no paint even. And then what we'll do, I'm not going to take a print, because if I take a print from this it's just going to look almost like that. So we're going to add a little bit of stamping onto this when I find Trudy's stamps that I've just had. And we'll do it with my favourite, which is the linen one. And I am going to use this on a block, if I can find where I put them. Now you don't need to do this, but I want to be a little bit neater. So I'm going to so I've popped the linen stamp onto the block. Yeah, and I'm going to just stamp into that like I would do normally. Remember, it will wobble a bit, but this is all about texture. And then I'm going to do the same on the bottom half. Look, I mean, so this one here is the start of another one, and that's just from the waist. Okay, so, oh, it's alright, Lynn. And then we'll take the other piece and we'll go over the top. Now most people will brayer over this, but it does my head in saying that, because you just get paint all over the back, which drives me mad. So I'm just rolling it with my fingers. I'm hoping I've not gone right to the edges. Oh my word, look at that. So this is the so we've created these two gorgeous textured backgrounds just from three little blobs of paint. Yeah, and I'm not going to waste this. I'm going to roll that back in. And then what I'm going to do is add another colour to the middle. So we've got the yellowy green, so let's go a darker green. Not that one. Let's go teal. Let's go teal. If I've got dirty fingers at the end of this, you know whose fault it is. So I have left the paint on there that was already on. Got to bear with me, because you know I'm cleaning as I go. And I'm going to put some white in this as well with the gesso. So remember, gesso is not a paint, and it will soften this colour, but it is also translucent. I was just the same at first, not very well, but oh, that could be why, Jackie. Wondering that too. Replying to Elaine, so I've missed something. Hang on, I'm just catching up. Elaine, good afternoon, Phil. Could we use your ombre blending paste to do? Well, let's have a go, Elaine. Let me do this first, and then we'll have a go. because I'm pretty sure the pastes are thicker than paints, but let's have a go. So I'm just going to blend this in. Remember not to let them dry. So I'm just wipe this off, because otherwise it'll be a mare to get out. All the Cosmic Shimmer acrylic paints are water based, so they will eventually clean out. But if you let the paint dry, that's when it becomes a pain to clean your stamps. Look. So I'll just put that to one side. And I'm going to use the original one with this, for this second lot of colours. So obviously I've been a little bit heavier with this. Oh, look at them colours! Look at them colours! And this is why it's addictive, look. Because you know, I can't waste that. So let's just roll that on there. This is why when I was searching for manufacturers for the brayers, I actually prefer the hard red brayer to the other one. We'll put one of the stencils on this, I think. Let's have a look, see. Where are they? Where did I put the stencils? Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Stencils, where are you? Hang on, I'm just looking for them. Let's have the pebbly one. So what we're going to do is create more layers. So I'm still, effectively, all I've done is put paint on twice so far. So let's create some more layers with this. And we'll take that and pop that on there. So the paint that was on the, you can't see much of it, but the paint that was on the stencil is transferring to the the underside of the stencil, and it's also taking off where I brayed over it. Look, you're going to lose me, I'm sorry, while I'm doing this, because I just find it absolutely fascinating. Find that, I mean, you could spritz that and get another one. So we've got that, and now look, I do need I need WD-40 on my neck as well. So I'm going to go with the orange one. So I'm keeping the keeping that blue one. I actually love that just as it is. So now we'll take some of this onto the other one. It's really warm in my room as well, so that's not a good mix for acrylic paints. I've missed a bit. Let me just mix that with some water. Although that actually looks quite good. It's because it's too warm in here. That's better. So far, look, we've created 3 fab backgrounds. So we've actually got on this one 3 layers, and that's just 1 layer. It's so much fun. Yeah, it's so much fun, this. So I'm not going to waste that. I'm going to mist it again. I'm going to mix it again. So what we should hopefully end up with is a wishy-washy background. Because this is now very watery. Oh, look at that. Oh, that is just awesome. Oh, I can get another one. Oh my god. I'm going to get the ombre paste while it's still wet. Oh, shall we go fuchsia? I think we'll go fuchsia pink with that. So for those of you that have just joined, Elaine asked me if we could use the ombre blending paste on the plate. So remember, these are still water based, and because I've got water on there, we should be able to, you can see the difference. Look, that's not a paint, it's a paste, but we should be able to do that, and it's pearlescent. I'll stop at that. Let's see how we go. Brea, where are you? Right, so what's happening, Elaine, is because the paste is thicker, and do you know what? I think this is going to be fab. So because the paste is thicker, hang on, we'll just go to this one. It's not rolling as a paint would. I'm going to go the other direction with this. But what it is doing is leaving some lovely texture. So let's pick that up. And I am going to roll this one. I don't normally do this because I don't like wasting the paint on the bike. Oh, Elaine. So the answer to your question is, providing you've got some water, wait till that's dried because the fuchsia will be pearlescent on there. Yeah, so the answer to your question, Elaine, is it looks like it, but it's thicker than a paint, so you won't be able to get really soft. Where are we? You won't be able to get softer blends like this, but what you will get is some fabulous texture. I suppose we could have watered it down before we put it on. I'm running out of space. Let me just pop these down here. I'll let that dry and then I'll show you, because that'll be pearlescent when it's dried. Oh, hang on, I'm unbuttoning my shirt. I'm sweating in here now. It's all this manual labour with the brayer. So let's just, I'm going to clean this off now. I am going to take that off because it's got the ombre paste on. Yeah, they're on the website, Emma. So the jelly plates are on the website. The Cosmic Shimmer acrylic paints are on the website, and obviously the brayer. But I am just going to clean this off now because it's got the ombre paste on it. It is a bit of sacrilege to waste that paint, but I want to start with a nice clean one because we're going to stamp next. Okay, so that's cleaned that. Kitchen roll. Oh, I like this instead of making a card. It's a little bit of fun. Something different for everybody. Okay, so I'm just going to go to oranges now because I want to put some orange on this layer. Right. It's got some water underneath. I'm just rolling the air bubble out. There we go. Right, so now in here there's an absolutely gorgeous colour called Red Apple. but it's an opaque one, I think. Yeah. So we're going to add some of this, and this is one of the ones of mine that I've had for ages. Look, and it's gone a bit thick. Yeah, it's not as thick as the blending paste, but it is quite thick. That's far too much, Phil. Remember, the opaque ones are not as strong, so that looks like a really strong colour on there, but it's not as strong because it's opaque. So once it's been rolled, you won't notice it so much. I'm trying to keep up with your comments, nothing like a bit of fun. X-rated art demo. What did I say, Gene? I don't even know what I said. What did I say that was X-rated? Did I swear? And the yellow one, let me see if I can show you that without dropping it everywhere, is absolutely gorgeous, but it's translucent. So lemon sherbet is a translucent one. So again, it's going to get lost in the layers of this. So I'm going to use a bit more of that. Okay. Make sure you've got plenty of kitchen roll with you. Can of spray cream. I haven't cleaned this, but let's get it all on. Right, here we go. Come on, you mare. Right, so let's take some of this colour onto another piece. Oh, that is just lush. Creak, creak, creak. That is just lush, 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 lush. And then we'll take one of the other stamps. So we're going to take the negative, so the positive. So from Trudy's Summertime Polkas, we're taking the positive one. Doesn't have to be an acrylic stamp. You can obviously do this with a. You can obviously do this with the rubber stamps as well. Could hear the breath from there. That's brilliant. Oh dear, that makes me laugh. So I'm going to take some of that colour now and put it onto there. I'm going to leave that as it is. Get another piece. And then we're going to pick that up. And we're going to do 2 layers of this colour. I'm going to add some gesso in a minute. Oh, look at that. Look at those colours. Ah, ho, ho. Janice, that's brilliant. Oh, Lynn, you are funny, look. Oh, where's my piece? Bubble wrap. I'm not going to use that just yet, though. So I'm going to keep these 2 just there. And we're going to add some gesso to this and mix it all in again. And I'm going to use quite a bit of gesso. There we go. Mix that in. I'm going gonna stop at that. This is why I love the indigo blue gesso. I've just put it all over that, look, straight from the brayer, and it's not really diffused the colour, and that's still drying. So we've got that on there, got that on there. I'm going to go back to this one, but I'm going to leave the stencil on and go straight in. Oh, look, look, look. Let's fill some of the gaps in. Look, look, look at this. Oh my word. Leonie, I hope you're watching. And then I'm just going to try and get a couple up here. Oh, that is just awesome. It's very, I told you, it's very addictive. Well, that's taken most of the paint off there now. So we've got a positive and a negative, and then we're going to stamp into that in a second. I'm just going to take this off. This is why I recommend the hot press watercolor card, because it will take all this moisture from the paints. Oh wow, look at that. That is messy to me. I don't know how I've not got up yet and go and wash my hands. So I'm just going to let these dry for a second, because we're going to stamp over this. Oops. Which one shall we stamp on? That one. So I'm just going to pop these down here. Let's see if that's dry now. Oh, so I'm just going to bring this one back in. Just give that a second to dry. So this is the one we did with the fuchsia pink ombre blending paste. So I don't know whether you can see the pearl sheen. There you go. So it's actually left that lovely pearlescent sheen on there as well. So it's added the texture and it's left that gorgeous pearly sheen. It's actually quite smooth. Marigolds. Never thought I'd love paint drying. I know, but do you know what? Look at what we're creating just from a few bits of paint. It's crazy. Crazy, 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 crazy. Right. Now, do I stamp into that? Yeah, I am. I'm going to be really naughty. Now, for some reason, I've got two of these. So we're going to use one of the, one of the Papillon Paradise slim strips. So I'm just going to stamp one of these, and I'm going to stamp it onto the jelly plate and then lift it onto the cardstock. So this is the first time I've done this, so let's see if it works. Now I know VersaFine Claire's will work on here. Oh, look at the bloody mess. Hang on a minute. Hang on. Hang on. If you can't get all the paint off your hands, put a bit of sugar in your soap and use it as... Oh. If I can't get all the paint off my hands, you won't see me till it's washed off. Now it's all water based, so I know it'll come off. So what we're going to do now is we're going to stamp onto the jelly plate. So obviously it's not going to be sharp, as in stamping straight onto cardstock, but we're going to take an impression from this stamp. and this is one of the Papillon Paradise ones, and this is the one called Moving Mechanisms. And I've what's Biotex? What am I going to say? So Moving Mechanisms, I've chosen this one because it's the one that's got the gears and the cogs in, but it's also got the butterfly. So even if you, for example, stamped the butterflies onto this one, they're relatively easy to cut out, so you could create some lovely textured embellishments from that. Put that on your CV, Phil. Get hundreds of women to watch Phill paint dry. Yeah, but when has paint drying ever been such fun? So this stamp is obviously larger than the plate, which is why I prefer the bigger one. But we're just going to do one side. Versifying Clay, definitely Versifying Clay. I know they do, Bev. Not yet. I'll let you all know. I'll let you all know. The problem, Bev, I've got is I want to do a big open day, but I can't do a big open day just yet because things are not back to normal yet. So I'm hanging on. We've still got a couple of weeks of work to do anyway up there. So I'm going to stamp that onto my plate and hope that it picks some of that ink off. Let's see how much we get. I've just squished it a bit. There we go. And then we're going to take this one. I think it's not quite dry. I should have left it a little bit longer to dry, but we'll take this. So I am using the brayer this time just so I can roll it into the stamp. And let's see what we end up with. Oh, it's not bad at all. Not bad at all. Let's see if we can get another one while the ink's still. And then we can fill the sheet in. So obviously if I'd have taken all the acrylic paint off we would have got a sharper stamp, but for a background that is quite something. So let's go. I don't want to cover too much of it. Where's my line? About there. It's about there. Oh, that's fab, look. How fab is that? But I'm not going to stop there. I'm just going to clean the black off here. I'm not going to clean it too much. I just want the VersaFine off there. And we're going to gesso this now with a little bit of the orange. Remember to take the black off the brayer, or as much as you can. So back to the apple red, which is actually like an orangey red. Oops. I'm on the sofa watching bike racing alone. Oh, bless you. No, not at all, Alice. Not at all. So if you look, I'll clean it in a minute. You should clean them. You should clean them straight away. But I took most of the paint off. If you look, there's only a little bit of the acrylic paint on there. So you should really clean your stamps straight away with a baby wipe, or well, I use the water wipes, as you know. But it won't harm them. So now we're going to put a fair bit of gesso on this. So we're just going to dull this down a bit. Biotex is a powder you can pre-soak your... Oh. So because the gesso is obviously more liquid, that's how you get this fabulous effect, and you know I can't waste that. This is why this technique is so addictive. So addictive, because you find yourself doing what I'm doing, which is keep saying I can't waste that, I can't waste that. So you find you're starting a new background all the time, and I think this is why it's wise to have maybe a couple of hours where you just create your layering. Oops, didn't know that I still got gesso on it. So what we're going to do now is take a rubber stamp, I think. A rubber stamp, which one? Let's go with... I'm just trying to find my scratchy one. Oh no, let's go with the leaves. Let's go with the Elegant Vinery. Elegant Vinery. It'll take me an hour to tidy up after all this. So Elegant Vinery is too small to do in one piece, so we'll have to do it sideways on. Oops. I need to clean the back of my stamp. Oh, that's awesome. I'm talking to myself now, sorry. It's the indigo blue. It's indigo blue. One of the main reasons I like this is because the backgrounds are not just backgrounds, they're actually textured. So I don't know whether you could... The Elegant Vinery looks awesome. That just looks phenomenal on there. Look at that, that's beautiful. I'll clean that now, I think. Sorry, I know it's boring watching the cleaning, but I don't want to ruin my stamps, so it's better to clean the paint off. It's a shame to waste that, actually. I'm going to stamp it on here. Hang on, get a mess. I might have wet that too much, but hey ho. No, we've still got a bit coming through. That'll do. Makes a lovely pink colour. Not on my desk, it doesn't. Hang on a minute. Hang on. That's it. I could have just run that under the tap, but obviously I ain't got a tap in my craft room, which is frankly ridiculous. Told you you'd need plenty of kitchen roll. Oh, look at the mess, look at the mess. That'll just wash out in a bit. I'm to try and get this finished before it dries on the plate. Oh my god, we've been nearly an hour messing at this. I don't think it had been that long. I told you, you just get lost in it. So now I need to take another piece for that. let's take a negative from this. I don't always, as you know, do that. So we've got a positive and a negative. You can see where I've got more of the red paint in the middle, but it's a good start for a background. And I'm going to pick some more of that up. Yeah, that's fab. Fabulous. Right, waste not, want not. Give it a spray with some water. Told you there's too much fun to be had with jelly plates. Once you start, you can't stop. Oh, what's happened to my computer? Is right, Chrissy. Yeah, it's starting to dry now. Look, you can see it's starting to dry when it starts to get harder to pick up. So look at that, look, that's just from one application of paint. I'm going to have to clean that now. Sorry, everybody. Oh, I'm sweating. I've got a right dab on. Is there anything I've not shown you? Yeah, I've not done the bubble wrap yet, have we? Let's do the bubble wrap on this one. I'll choose a different colour though. And we'll do a couple of little splats, I think. I am enjoying myself. Is that the... What's Pringers? What's Pringers, Jennifer? Now you can see why I have to clean this, because as it's starting to get warm in here, the excess paint is just drying on the jelly plate, and I don't want it to. So I'm going to choose a contrasting colour for the bubble wrap. So I reckon we'll go turquoise with that. Pringles. Once you pop, you can't stop. Right, so let's just take off that water. That was a bit of spit on that bit. Just licked my finger to get that off. So I'm going to leave that one to dry. So I don't know whether you can see if I can get a better shot for you. You can't really see, but the paint is actually slightly raised from the card using the Elegant Vinery rubber stamp. So what you actually get is extra in the texture department. Look at that, they're fab. You imagine your poinsettias cut from them. So we're going to stamp on that one. Bloody phone keeps changing the words. Right, so we're going to go turquoise, I think. Oh, which one? I'm going to change my mind and go blue. So this one is called Porcelain Blue. So we're going to do some blue bubble wrapping on this. And I'm just going to do one colour, I think, and add some gesso splats. So this is another way of you to create texture on this. By no more enough is enough then, Phil. I'm definitely you definitely need a jello plate, a jelly plate, you do. So we're going to just have blue on here. And this blue is translucent, as you can see. I might need a bit more on. Put a bit more on. So the porcelain blue is a see-through blue. So you do still get the colour, but you get it washed out. You can see that the brayer has still got some of the red on. And we're going to do a couple of bubble wrap. See what I mean? I rest my case. Now I've got this on here, which means I want to start a new piece. And this is why you just keep going on forever and ever and ever. Creak, creak, creak. That's like my neck. But how good does that look? And that was just waste. I was going to clean absolute filth. Jacqueline. Oh dear. So that was just wasting. So let's just do some blue bubble wrap on here. Where did I put the bubble wrap? So remember, you need your bubble side down. I've got to say, Trudy's Summertime Polka Stamp is really good for this. And bubble wrap will just give you an extra layer of texture. So I'm taking the ink that's on the bubble wrap and pouring it onto this one. It's not ink, you know what I mean, it's paint. Jelly Plate Widows, I know Emma, I'm sorry. So that is the waste that's created that lovely bubble wrap texture on there. I am going to save that bit. And then we're going to pop this one on here with some splats. So we're just going to add some splats of gesso on here. I'll do that after. So I don't know whether I've mentioned this when we first started. So when we first started this and I was talking you through all the basics, the other thing is, once you've got a layer of acrylic paint on your jelly plate, you can add your own textures to it. So these little brushes are fab. I'm not going to do it because I've got bubble wrap on there. So you can just put your own shapes and texture in there. You can put string in there. You can put all sorts on there. Put your pixie powders, your what's the other ones? Brushos. You can do all sorts. But I'm just going to do a little flick with gesso. And I am going to cover my computer desk because you know I'll get it everywhere. Let's water it down a little bit. So we're just adding some little splats to the it's already up my screen. Should do this not in front of your computer screen. But these splats will transfer. I think that'll do because I'm just making too much mess and it's bugging me. Oh, don't roll off my desk. If I remember, I'll take a photo of the screen and show you in a bit. It looks like it's been snowing. And then we'll take the original one. So remember, we've got blue on there. And we're going to pop that onto there. And I am going to roll this. Just because I want to make sure I get as much transferred as I possibly can. Oh, that's just awesome. Let me show you. Look at that. So we've created that. The one in this hand is just scrap, waste paint. And then we've got that one there. So you can see where the gesso's splattered. Oops. Yeah. Could you use your gilding whites? I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure, Emma, whether you could use gilding whites. If you've got the, if you've got the Pebeo ones that are not particularly waxed, they are they are more liquid. Let's find out. Let's find out. So remember, I know that this is a water-based product as well. So the Pebeo, we have got these on the website as well. I don't know which ones are left in stock, but it is a water-based product. So I'll just give it a little. I've just given that a little mist. Oh yeah, you can see that that's going to be fabulous. Let me just do this one on the waist. So the answer to Emma's question is yes, you can. I'm going to roll it over. I guess for me, because I mean most of you know me well enough to know I wouldn't be so it has a bit. Emma, look, can you see we've still got some of the gold, but it's dried very quickly on there, and I guess it's because of the what you call it, that they've got in it, the spirits that they have in it, that you're not supposed to put on your jelly plate. But you can do it. I probably wouldn't, because it won't do your jelly plates any good, as we can see, because it's got solvent in it. Yeah, so that's going to take forever for me to clean, but it does look pretty on the it does look pretty on the card. Hang on, I'm going to need about 15 of these. So oops, so don't put the Pebeo gilding waxes on your plate, because that's going to take me forever to clean now, look, because it's got solvent in it. In fact, do you know what, I'm going to go and chuck that in my sink. Hang on 1 minute while I chuck that in the sink in the bathroom. Oh, oh. Right, I'm back. So it is coming off. I'm just going to have to scrub that. So I wouldn't recommend you using any solvent based products, which is what they tell you on the instruction. But you could just brayer it on afterwards. Yeah, absolutely, Jennifer. Yeah, I'll do it later. Right, let's have a look where we're at. My God, I'm absolutely roasting. Oh, look at my desk. I can't believe we're an hour and 10 minutes in. Right, let me just clean up. I can't be doing with mess. Even though I've made a lot of mess today, I've had such a good time doing it. Anyway, yeah, so I was talking before Emma was asking about the Pebeo, the gilding whites. For me, as a non-particularly messy crafter, what I would do with these is create things for me to die cut from. So for me, the backgrounds are awesome. You can do your watercolour pens on that one. I'm not going to do it today because I'm getting weary. We'll do that next time, I think. So let's just bring in all the bits that I've done today. You can put your watercolour pens onto your jelly plates as well. Totally out of your comfort zone. Do you know what though? I've loved every much. Too much rolling, I know. I'm a better flicker than you. Emma, don't be sorry. It's coming off, so don't stress about it. And like Jennifer said, you just put some acrylic paint on the top, which will wet it again, and it will lift off. So let's have a quick look at what we've done today. Let me see if I can find the beginning ones. So these were the ones from the beginning. So every one of these, if you look, there's a bit of a pattern developing. So we've created 2 or 3 from every application of paint, or every technique has created 2 or 3. That's from the same one. Oh, that's from the same one. We got 4 there, look. And then that's the one with the ombre paste on, which has made it pearlescent. So we've got quite a bit going on here. And then these are the ones, just by changing the colour of your paints as well, look. So this is what I've made today. So the next time you see these, they will probably have been die cut, or they will have created a background for a stamp to go over the top of. So we've stamped on there as well, look, using the gel plate, which I think is a lovely technique. So if I just show you that, look, it gives you a lovely watery effect. Yeah, so it takes that stamp, apart from the line I've got down the middle, and it gives you a different use for it. So this is what I've made today, and this is what happens when you're high on painkillers and you get your jelly plate. Look at that, look. So easy to do, so easy to do. And that's just from one session, well, 2 sessions of playing, because obviously I did some of these this morning and the rest I've done with you. So remember, it gives you another use for all your background stamps and all your texture stamps and everything, particularly your stencils. You can see how much I've used Trudy's summertime polkas and the linen. I'm going to show you again because I think everybody needs to have these in the collection. Yeah, I think everybody needs. Yes, Jackie, absolutely. I would always recommend using the hot press watercolor card for this, because it's more absorbent, and because it's smooth, it means that the stamps transfer nicely, look. So rather than a regular watercolor card, I would go for the hot press watercolor card. So Trudy's Summertime Fashionistas background stamps. So you get 2 on an A5 sheet, so that's 4 A6 background stamps. The jelly plates, I've told you we've got 3 on the website: the 8x10, the 7x5, and the 6x6. So just go. They're not cheap. They're about, I think the 7x5 and the 6x6 is about 23-24 quid, but they'll last you forever. So once you've got them and you look after them, they're gonna last forever. Oh, never knew you needed a jelly plate till I think everybody does. I think everybody needs a jelly plate, just because you can do so much with it. And like I say, next time you see these bits, I will probably have used them for die cutting or for the background of a card. If I just bring a bit of black card in and show you, look. So if I just bring a bit of black card in, look how the colours. I'm doing a Leonie, she does this, but just matte and leather on some different coloured cardstock, and it just makes the colours absolutely pop. Look at that elegant vinery in there. This is, can you remember years ago, this is the kind of texture we used to see in background papers, but we could never do. It's only really since jelly plates have been around that we've been able to do this. So it's a really good investment, and I think it's a really good investment because there's so many different things you can do with it. So I've talked enough babble now for today, and I'm actually sweating like a loony. So the acrylic paints are on the website. All the Cosmic Shimmer acrylic paints are on the website under paints. The jelly plates are under stamping tools. I think just search for jelly in the search bar. The brays, most of you will have probably got already, but go and have a look, have fun. I'm going to go and have a rest. Well, yeah, look, that's good for a man's background. Yeah, especially with the linen texture. And I haven't stamped this. This is using the paints. That one was made from which one was this? This was this one. This was a Blue Boy, and I can't remember. Yellow. It was the yellow one. No, not that. It was that one. Orange popsicle, which is what I made that with. These two. Yeah, orange popsicle and blue boy. Anyway, so thank you everybody. I'm going to go and have a rest now because I'm shattered and I never drank hardly any of my coffee again. So remember, well, it was a bit different, Judy. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I've enjoyed myself, which is the main thing. Jacqueline wants more like this. Well, we'll see. We'll see. There's lots more to show you with the jelly plates. I've only really scratched the surface. So remember, if you're not in our little group, you can join our little Facebook group or ask to join by searching for Crafting with Phill Martin and Sentimentally Yours. Make sure you're following the Sentimentally Yours Facebook page as well. There will be a giveaway coming up next week. So thanks everybody. Stay safe. Have a lovely weekend. And I will catch up with you in the group. So thanks everybody. Bye. I might give these away. I'll let you know. See you next week.